your final mortgage approval and what's involved. So the first step in buying a home is to get pre-approved before you make an offer. The second step is to find a home, negotiate the contract with the help of your real estate agent, and finalize the sales price and closing date. Now, when it's time to help you finalize the paperwork and make sure we meet your closing date that you and the seller have agreed upon, there's one more final review that needs to happen. The final approval is kind of like going to the doctor for your annual physical. They check and double check to make sure everything is okay. Well, think of this as your financial physical, where every piece of paper is checked by a person who ultimately approves the loan. This person is called an underwriter, who in this case would be the doctor in this analogy. First of all, you'll be asked to provide updated paperwork. This would include updated paycheck stubs to make sure your income is the same or higher than when you were pre-approved. We also will ask for recent bank statements to show that you still have the money for the down payment and the closing costs. And if it's that time of year for you to file your income tax returns, you'll need a copy of those too. An updated credit report will be obtained to make sure you haven't taken out any other loans. The sales contract will be reviewed to check the sales price, the loan amount, the down payment, the financing terms, and also determine if the closing date can be met. And as far as the home appraisal goes, it will also be reviewed by the underwriter, who will be looking at the square footage, the sales price, and any major issues that the appraiser might note on the report. By the way, you'll also receive a copy of the appraisal, and I can answer any of your questions. Meeting the closing date is very important to me, but there are some issues that could delay the closing and cost you extra money. First of all, not providing the paperwork right away causes problems. The longer it takes for us to get copies of the things requested by the underwriter, the longer it takes to get your loan approved. If there are any issues with the repairs and it takes a longer time period to fix things, the closing will also be delayed. This is something you would negotiate with your real estate agent and the seller. Now, the closing may also be delayed because of the appraiser may be backed up or because the underwriter asks for more information about the property. But as a good marriage, communication is the key. Would you like me to notify you by email, text, phone calls, or all of the above? How often would you like to get your updates? We recommend at least once a week, but feel free to let me know when you'd like more information on your loan process. What do you want us to tell the real estate agent? What do you want kept private? Now, we're referring to the contract and negotiations here, and of course we'll never, ever, ever disclose your financial information. My whole goal is to get your final approval as quickly and painlessly as possible and meet the closing date you expect. You can help by providing the paperwork right away, and I can help by making sure that you're kept informed of the process and we communicate openly and honestly with each other. So thanks for viewing this mortgage education class about what's involved with the final approval process, and please consider contacting me when it comes time to purchase your next home.